Jo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einem neuen Genshin Impact Video. Wir machen heute weiter mit dem Legendenauftrag von Ningguang. Erster Akt, Gast des Jadegemachs oder auch Einladungsereignis, whatever. Für 4-Sterne-Charaktere gibt es ja keine offiziellen Legendenaufträge, aber es ist fast das gleiche. Und ja, wir haben die ersten 3 Ausgänge schon fertig, 2 fehlen uns noch, 5 gibt es insgesamt und wir können wieder bei einem bereits vorherigen Ereignis Punkt starten, also beim Zwischenereignis sozusagen. Und das nennt sich Auszeit. Das heißt, wir haben uns beim Zeitplan dafür entschieden, dass wir Ningguang freigeben und müssen uns jetzt aber anders entscheiden als letztes Mal. Letztes Mal war es bei 0 anfangen. Ich glaube, es wird darauf bezogen, was wir genau machen wollen, bla bla. Und dann wurden wir zu Abenteurern quasi. Und jetzt haben wir aber noch 2 weitere Optionen und die müssen wir jetzt wählen. Ich wollte jetzt erstmal reingehen, weil mit der Uhrzeit ist ja immer ein bisschen schwierig. Nicht, dass ich jetzt hier quasi laber, dann gehen wir da noch rein und dann ist schon wieder nicht mehr 7 und 8 Uhr. Weil eine Stunde ist ja doch relativ schnell vorbei in Genshin Impact. Jetzt weiß ich noch nicht mehr, hier ist, glaube ich, ihr Gemach. Genau. Das sollte jetzt eigentlich nicht so lange dauern. Perfekt. Ja, und dann gucken wir mal, ob uns Ningguang noch ein paar andere Seiten von ihr zeigen kann.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
No problem, Albedo is dancing on the floor.
Good morning. Did you sleep well?
Oh, okay. Also ich denke nicht, dass die Entscheidung hier eine Rolle spielt. Wie immer.
That's good. I was worried you'd be a little
Ja.
So, what's item... I
Genau,
imagine
das
this
haben wir.
must have
Bla
taken-
bla
sure.
bla bla
My
bla bla
schedule is
bla
usually-
bla bla
so, it'll
bla.
be
Kennen
quite
wir
nice
schon.
to take a break.
Also wen es interessiert, wer sich die
I
Story
don't
selber noch
often
nicht angehört
feel
hat oder wie auch
tired.
immer,
Still,
einfach das letzte
your
Video
idea is-
gucken.
So then.
Da haben wir das dann alles schon mal. Also ich höre mir nie die Sachen zweimal, das ist ja irgendwie sinnlos. Das ist, denke ich, auch das Gleiche, weil es muss eine Entscheidung sein mit 3 Auswahlmöglichkeiten, weil es ja 3 Routen gibt, also kann es die gar nicht sein, aber wir nehmen trotzdem mal die andere. Geh und tu, wozu du vorher keine Zeit hattest.
Something I never have time for. Have you played the chess game I made?
Oh.
Or heard of it, perhaps?
Ja gut, nevermind, stimmt. Wenn man die obere Option auswählt, könnte es 2 Wege geben. Ja, nee, stimmt gar nicht. Muss nicht unbedingt eine Option mit 3 Dingern sein, tatsächlich. Kann ja auch eine Folgeentscheidung davon sein und offensichtlich ist es das auch. Das Brettspiel, das Ningguang gemacht hat, heißt es 1000 Jahre in Liyue?
Yes. It's based on classic chess, but with different rules. When I was designing it, I wanted it not only to be a fun game, but also to capture Liyue's culture in a unique way. So I introduced a lot of concepts that aren't part of traditional chess, as well as different chess pieces and even boards. I'm constantly revising and expanding it. So far, there are over 30 editions. True. That's one reason why it's been difficult to catch on. But I don't feel that making it easier to learn is necessarily a good thing. Isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continually learn and progress through a complex set of rules? I think the key will be to make something that easily catches the attention of people who haven't played much chess before. I'm planning to make a new set with the board and pieces based on the battle for Liyue. One side will play the Guardians of Liyue Harbor. The other side will play the Fatui and Osile. No problem. I will let you try it out as soon as I finish the prototype. I want to make each of the chess pieces of Liyue Millennial as true to life as possible. And no Guardians of Liyue chess set would be complete without you, would it? I am indeed. Many of them, in fact. My thinking was that only people who pre-order the chess set at full price will be eligible to receive the limited edition Traveler chess piece. It seems only fitting for someone
Sie
of your
ist so ein
status.
Sellout. Es stellt sich heraus, dass ich Teil des Werbeplans bin.
Naturally, since you are the face of that historic event. I intend to make chess pieces for everyone who was involved that day, including myself. Everyone who owns this chess set will preserve this moment in history in a vivid and compelling form.
Das klingt ganz gut.
Then it's decided. Come with me. To make this chess piece, I need to take some measurements.
Oh. Measured Up bei Ningguang. Alright.
Oh, Lady Ningguang and the Traveler.
Yes, Lady.
You already know each other?
Wir sind uns begegnet.
Oh, I think it goes a little deeper than that. I don't teach my hard-earned skills to just anyone, you know. There's a word for people like you, who are warm one minute and cold the next. Fickle.
You seem to be in a good mood today.
As ever, there's nothing special about today, but seeing you two has definitely perked me up. All jokes aside, how can I be of service today?
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about? I'd like you to take his measurements today.
Aber ist sie nicht in der Porzellanbranche tätig?
Whatever business I'm in, I am first and foremost a woman of many talents. Don't you remember when I taught you how to make perfume? There was no porcelain involved in that.
Oh.
As it happens, I am a skilled tailor as well. What can I say? I'm in the prime of my youth and I love all beautiful things. Is that so strange?
Du bist
You
neidisch,
are is every bit as proficient as any of the top tailors in the land. I've availed myself of her services many times before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that the Traveler only thinks I'm good at one thing. I see how it is. In which case, you'll find all the tools you could need in the room. Please, help yourselves. I'll stay outside and mind my own porcelain business, as you quite rightly suggested.
Huh? What are you expecting me to do here?
Oh, I think the Traveler is the one you should be asking about that.
Bitte übersetzt hier nichts Falsches.
I'm kidding. It's hard not to tease when you're both so well matched. Come on then, step inside and I'll examine your body from tip to toe.
Ohne große Überraschungen. So.
If I hear any strange new rumors after this, you will be my #1 suspect.
Rumors about the Traveler or the chess piece?
Either. Both are confidential.
Don't worry, I know where the line is. I'd never take a joke too far. Secrets are only fun when they're kept secret.
Ich hoffe, du verstehst das wirklich.
Just enough with the ambiguous phrasing, okay? You'll give people the wrong idea. Forget it. Let's just go.
You're always welcome at Scent of Spring. Come again, anytime.
I slightly regret bringing you here. It doesn't bother me. I just hope she didn't make you feel too awkward. Now that your measurements are taken, let's go to Mingxing Jewelry and put an order in.
Puh, Albedo kann ganz schön sprinten, der Dude.
Burst forth.
Das bringt Leute in die Uhr belästigen. Immer diese Monster da.
Lady Ningguang. What can I do for you today?
That chess
50.000 Euro
piece I
bitte.
told you about? We can start work now. I have the Traveler's measurements here.
Okay, let me just double check. Looks good. This has all the measurements we need. I'll pass them on to the craftsman shortly.
Good. And as agreed, please use top-grade materials only.
Of course, we are professionals, and we will do everything we can to deliver the high standard you expect. Although, speaking to you as a friend, I have to tell you that the sale price you indicated won't even cover the cost of production. I don't mean just the material costs either. Waiting around for top quality materials drags out the production time and also reduces the total quantity we can produce.
That's okay. This one is not for profit. With every previous set, there's always been some degree of commercial or marketing considerations to bear in mind, but this one serves more of a commemorative purpose. To that point, as you know, the prototype of the Jade Chamber chess piece has been in the works for a long time, but I haven't once followed up on the progress.
Das Jadegemach in diesem Spiel gibt es, das Jadegemach gibt es, in diesem Spiel gibt es das Jadegemach. Das ist halt ein ganz normaler Satz, keine Ahnung, ist nicht, sorry.
Yes, and just like your piece, the Jade Chamber piece will be scaled for the game.
Das ist zu viel Arbeit und Aufwand.
Yes, it's a challenging project, but also, not for profit is really not something I ever expected from Lady Ningguang. How do I put it? It just seems out of character.
In business, everything comes down to profits versus losses. You have to keep a cool head and make rational judgments. In other words, you must be shrewd. But shrewdness is easily perceived as cynicism in the eyes of others. People come to think of you as someone who cares only about money and not people. Hardly the worst thing in the world, of course. But it has caused obstacles for me in the past.
Widerstand?
Well, for example, I once had a case where someone backed out of a deal with me to sell to someone else. We were both offering the exact same terms. It was simply because they didn't like me very much.
Oh, Alter, kenne ich sehr gut.
Where I offered distinctly more competitive terms in an investment, and this ended up arousing their suspicion. That Ningguang, they thought, she must be up to something. We can't let her get away with it.
I see.
But these problems disappeared all but completely after the battle against Ursile. Why? Because the whole of Liyue witnessed me destroying my Jade Chamber. At least, that's the most reasonable explanation I could think of.
Oh, I get it. You're saying that back when you sacrificed the Jade Chamber, you gained everyone's respect in return. You're not seeking to make a profit from these chess pieces because what you're commemorating is your personal contribution to Liyue Harbor. It was the deal of the century, and as long as you keep capitalizing on it, business will be plain sailing for you in the future.
Yes, exactly. Very to the point.
Truly a brilliant strategy, Lady Ningguang. You really are a business mastermind. Now I understand why this set needs to be so perfect and why it's okay that it doesn't turn a profit.
It will be a lot of work, and I'm most grateful to you. Make sure the Traveler's piece is exactly how he wants it. We can't go letting him down.
Don't you worry. We'll put our all into it.
Well, that's that then. Let's head back to the Jade Chamber. There's something I want to discuss with you.
Zurück zum Jadegemach. So. Damn. Was für eine Aussicht und was für ein nicht vorhandenes Geländer. Großes Arbeitssicherheit wird hier klein geschrieben.
And I'd like to hear your honest opinion. And I, in turn, will tell you how I really think. When we were at Mingxing Jewelry, I admitted that my decision to sacrifice the Jade Chamber was a calculated one. I had already considered what I stood to lose and to gain. When you heard that, did it make you think that maybe I really was a cynical profit chaser after all?
Ich glaube, du versuchst nur so viel Schaden wie möglich wieder gut zu machen.
Yes. Well, at the time, it seemed to me that sacrificing the Jade Chamber was the inevitable decision. All that talk about making up for my losses was really just to console myself. I was lying to Xingxi. My decision to destroy the Jade Chamber was nowhere near as thought through as I made it out to be. I just thought we should do what needed to be done, and this was a decision that only I could make. Afterwards, I consoled myself by reasoning that all my wealth comes from Liyue Harbor. So, to lose Liyue Harbor is to lose everything. In that sense, giving up the Jade Chamber would be a profitable investment in the long term. But it just didn't work. I was grief-stricken. Like a huge part of my heart was suddenly missing. Because I had just severed ties with a lifelong companion. I stared out at the sea for goodness knows how long. I just couldn't let it go. I just couldn't. There was no way I could console myself. So why bother trying? But as time went by, I received so many thank you gifts and letters from people. Everyone was describing how they now saw me in a new light, how I'd become an inspiration to them. I gave up the Jade Chamber without a moment's hesitation, and I did it for the sake of Leo Harbor. And now, people are inspired to follow my example, to tackle their life challenges with the same unswerving determination. All of this was so encouraging to hear. It made me feel that my dear old companion's sacrifice was not in vain.
Dann muss man Xingxi doch nicht anlügen.
Because, to most people, the idea that Lady Ningguang is someone who battles with grief and struggles to let go of the past is probably the furthest thing from the truth that they could imagine. This is one aspect of the truth that I can share only with you. The fact that I can't always be as strong as everyone thinks I am.
Die schwierigsten Zeiten liegen hinter uns.
Thank you for your comforting words. It feels good even just to be able to talk about it. I'm sorry that you have to see me in this state. But look where I am now, standing on the deck of the Jade Chamber once more, taking in the view. It must be fate's reward to me. And if I end up having to do it all over again in the future, I will not hesitate to make the same decision again.
Oh, das ist ein nices Bild. Unschütterlicher Wille? Ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass es unerschütterlicher Wille heißen sollte, oder? Ein unschütterlicher Wille. Das habe ich noch nie gehört. Also ich denke mal, ich bessere das aus, weil das in der Zukunft dann wahrscheinlich eh korrigiert wird, aber alright. Sollte es vorher tausende traurige Gedanken gegeben haben, sind es sie jetzt bestimmt alle verflogen. Sie wird in der Zukunft bestimmt die richtige Wahl treffen. True. Das ist das erste Mal, dass sie nicht als abgehobene Schnösel-Tante rüberkam, tatsächlich. I appreciate it. Und appreciaten tue ich auch, dass ihr zugeschaut habt. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Würde mich selber ein Like, Kommentar, ein Abo von euch freuen. Ciao, ciao.